Oh, yeah. We are live. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Check.
And what's this? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I just want to make sure it's working too. 1, 2, 1, 2. Someone's there. Hey, Faithless, can you hear us? Faithless. Quality? Does that mean the quality is good? Can you hear my voice, Faithless? Okay. We can. Good. Thank you. Um, See, Frog, we already have some people.
Well, it surprises me.
All right. And I'm just going to share this on Twitter. Link copied.
Is it still called Twitter or is it just called X now?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
I'm not. I got off all social media.
Yeah, how's it working out?
I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's wonderful. I don't know what's going on in the world, but
who cares?
at the same time, I don't know that I really want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, but it's nice. But
All right.
I was wondering what you thought about that with the X.
Yeah, I don't have any opinion.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to hit record. We're going to start a podcast.
Do it.
Okay. Oh, here's a, we won't bother with music. Too complicated.
Right.
Hello and welcome to the Moturn Media Infomercial Podcast. Matt Farley here with Froggy.
What's going on?
Whew. It's happening, Frog.
Been 3 months, so you know what time it is.
Time for another show.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Hasn't even been 3 months.
So it was May, mid-May.
May 17th, 18th or something.
So
like that.
A little less than Faithless Follower is also here, and Old School Dave.
What's up, Dave?
And yeah, please take part on the live stream, comment and whatnot. Froggy and I are going to just chat about some stuff. I mean, so Froggy here, for those of you who don't know, you're the drummer.
Yep.
Great drummer, might I add.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I do play the drums.
Froggy plays the drums, and he loves to play live. And so there's no worry convincing Frog about doing a show, right, Frog?
I'd be here every weekend if there was a show.
He lives in Florida, folks. Okay, so he flew up from Florida this morning, and I picked you up at the old airport. How'd that go?
Pretty smooth, actually.
Yeah, get in.
I
there.
was only waiting outside for a couple minutes, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I went into the old cell phone cell lot. I like that. It's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob. It's good to hear from you. And yeah, we're excited for this Ganza. Now, if you let's go over it. Okay.
Yeah.
We had the show in May, and then at the end of the show, remember what I said?
No more shows. I think we all agreed. You know, right after the show, you're like, lugging everything back to the car.
Yeah.
Because we don't have roadies. And the whole point, you didn't get paid for it, or you didn't, you made no financial money on it.
No, we lost money.
You lost money.
Everyone
and
lost money. Yeah.
Somewhat humiliating. And then, so you're just like, no, we're not going to do this again. And then just give it a couple nights.
It was 10 days after.
For me, it was only a couple nights, but it took 10 days for you to be like, thinking about a show.
And so look, folks, like when I schedule a show, I invite Frog, and I don't mind inviting Frog because I know he's ready for it, But like Tom and Pete, they're not as ready to drop everything and do a show, you know. And so
I mean, sometimes you think that, but they seem to also be ready.
Yeah, but you can just tell.
I mean, maybe not every. Maybe we wouldn't be able to do it every month.
Yeah,
but I think they're ready.
But and it's more Tom. I mean, Tom's got to drive 5.5 hours, and he'll do it. But it's like I don't want to force him to do it all the time.
Right.
And but then I remembered, I was like, Tom has to go to New Hampshire. Every August to drop his daughter off at a summer camp.
Right.
They've been doing this for a few years now, and each time he's done it in the past, he's popped in here.
Yeah, we had camping. Let's go camping session was from the same thing, wasn't it? Or,
No, but
okay, but similar thing.
similar stuff. Yeah. And so I was like, so I checked in with Tom. I was like, when are you going to be up here? And he told me the weekend of August 6th. And I was like, well, if I schedule a show that weekend, you can just do the show and then continue your trip back home. And he's like, yeah.
Nice.
So we scheduled the show. And now here's the thing that happened. You got real excited and you said beach party Saturday.
Right. Show on Sunday.
Oh, you didn't like the idea of the show on Sunday, though.
No, from the start, I thought it was a mistake.
It had to be Sunday because Sunday is when he's dropping her off.
Down.
Yeah. So it had to be Sunday. Now, you tell us the cons of doing a show on a Sunday, Frog.
The cons?
Well,
I mean, you got to work the next day, or at least most people do. And it's the second day of the weekend, so you don't have a day off the next day, most likely, or at least most people.
Live listeners, weigh in on the pros and the cons of having a concert on a Sunday evening.
The only pro I would say is that, if we weren't, in everybody's mind, in our mind, we're the main event.
Yeah.
But on a Friday night or a Saturday night, there might be other main events out there that don't include us.
Right.
And on a Sunday, unless you got something going on, there's probably not a whole lot to do. For the same reason you wouldn't come see us, because the next day, you got work. So more options of people available.
Yeah. So it's like Saturday night is too important a night out to waste on us.
Yeah, there could be a number of things that
Friday
you could have.
night.
Yes.
Too important to waste on us.
Well, they used to say in the movies, Friday nights with for the girlfriends and Saturday nights with for the wives.
They used to say in the movies. They said in one
movie. They said it in Goodfellas. But there's truth to that, like Friday night's the night you have fun, Saturday night's maybe the family night, and then boom, Sunday football season, you watch football, but other than that, Sundays maybe
it's kind of open.
Yeah, it's open.
So what I'm banking on here, folks, is that
there's a few people out there that are thinking the same way.
Nothing else to do on a Sunday,
and maybe they don't have to work on Monday. Not everybody works on Monday. Maybe that's their day off, so it'll work out for them. And what better thing to do on a day where you don't have to work the next day than to go to a show on a Sunday night?
And that's the thing, not
at a hotel.
Not everybody works Monday through Friday, too.
Right. That's true.
So there's a lot.
Sunday, I mean, you don't work Monday through Friday.
One could say I don't even work.
That's true. That's true. But
yeah, I know I definitely don't work.
And I mean, if I make my own schedule in some cases. So I mean, if some people might have that too. But
yeah, there's a lot of
maybe some people don't work at all and they just,
Right. There's a lot of retired folks looking for entertainment.
Yeah.
So anyway, look, the thing is, I meant to write the label of this is supposed to be live podcast recording, and I wrote love podcast recording.
Oh, can we change that?
Yeah.
Get some clarification of that.
I don't know if I can. I don't know how to change it. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like I saw you and Farley on the
on the love one.
I think I can change it right there. Save.
Just a mistype, and that sometimes happens. I do that a lot, actually. Matter of fact, if I'm typing an email, usually how it highlights it in red. Usually, almost like 40-50% for me is highlighted in red.
Here's some feedback from our fans.
Okay.
First, you're so Nate. That's a friend who used to live in the Boston area, I believe, right? You're so Nate says no, leave it love.
Leave it love.
She wants to leave it as a love podcast.
Okay.
But Faithless Follower says Sunday is the Sabbath.
Okay.
And Faithless Follower says I have Mondays off.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, there's more people like that, I think, out there.
Right. Yeah. And also I just want to say Yersinate, I've been loving your walking updates. Yersinate's been posting some walking stats.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know me, I'm a walker.
Now you said formerly from Boston.
Yeah,
Where's yours
yeah.
tonight now?
Out in I believe Seattle, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's and
Windy out there.
and I know you're happy to be you're happy to be off social media, but I've met some cool people through
Yeah.
through Twitter,
Yeah.
The one I was never on was Facebook, and Facebook always felt like too personal, like too many family members.
Yeah, or like I'm, people would post like I'm like on vacation, so it's like, okay, well then that means your house is, or,
and then you would
open.
rob them.
Yeah, and then I go and rob you, and that got to be a little bit too easy for me, so I just decided get off the trail of the police and stop.
Go back to old-fashioned life of crime where you had to
you peer in the windows and you
Froggy's kidding.
Yeah, of course.
Froggy doesn't rob.
I haven't been stealing in years.
That's a line from one of our movies in high school.
Yeah.
So anyway, we scheduled.
I caught somebody stealing the other day.
Oh, at your store?
Yeah.
Tell
and you're not supposed to like go and say anything, but
you're supposed to just roll out.
Yeah,
the
so
red
I was
carpet.
outside talking to another manager on the phone. They called me to ask a question, and I see the lady walk right out with one of those, like a rolling tote bag with a bunch of, and I didn't know that there was stuff in it, but I could tell that she didn't pay for it. And so I radioed. I'm like, hey, you guys, you ring anybody up for one of those like $150 bags?
Ooh.
Like, nope. And so the lady heard me, and she just stopped and looked at me like deer in headlights.
Yeah.
And I just went over and I said, did you take that? And I go, you know what? I think I know the answer, and I think you do too.
Yeah.
And I just took it back and went about my business.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I could get fired for doing something like that, though. That's what's fucked up about it.
Well, I'm glad you're broadcasting it.
Yeah. Well, I'm most likely no one for my work would know, but
I'd like to say we got a comment from Billy Bali.
Okay.
Your thoughts on tortellini?
Tortellini.
What are your thoughts on it?
I like all types of pasta.
Okay. What's going on with tortellini? I don't even know. Like, what is it?
I was gonna say tortellini. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like it's maybe like almost like a bow tie pasta, maybe.
Okay.
Or not. I don't know. But
Anyway,
I'd say I like it.
Yeah, we're pro tortellini.
Yeah.
Here at the podcast.
I think you can maybe sometimes tortellini might have stuff in it too. Maybe cheese.
I'm imagining like thin in the middle, but like then wavy stuff on either side of it.
I'm definitely thinking there's wavy. But why don't you? Can we Google that?
Yeah, who cares?
I guess
Okay, so we scheduled the show.
Yeah.
And then Froggy texted me and said beach party Saturday, show Sunday. And I said okay, and I immediately posted.
Okay, I was right. So it was the it's got the little cheese and stuff on it.
All right, so
I have that all the time actually.
I prefer a plain pasta personally.
Okay.
Yeah, no, nothing in there. Anyway, so Froggy texted me and said, let's do, I believe it was on June 2nd, in fact. You said, let's do a beach party. And I said, okay. And so we scheduled the beach party. I think we kind of quickly regretted it, right?
Well, I know I did.
Yeah. But I had put it on the website, and so I was like, in case someone was planning to come, I'll keep it there, but I won't push it. Today is the day of the beach party, and so I pick up Froggy at the airport, and it's our duty to. On the website, it says that we'll be at the beach for several hours in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So we didn't even want to go to the beach.
No.
On a hot Saturday, where it's going to be busy.
It's hot.
It's hot according to New England.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was a little too cold for the beach.
Right. Yeah. Well, the sun was out and it wasn't below
not raining.
50, so. So we went up to Hampton just today, after the pickup, and the idea was let's just be close enough to the beach that if someone takes us up on the offer of the beach party,
boom,
we can be there pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And we went while we were waiting. I really hyped up the Nick's place.
Yep.
Tell the people what I was excited about.
Prime rib.
Yeah.
Prime rib at a pizza place.
So it's just like a regular pizza shop, like no waiters or waitresses. You just order at the counter, and there's just some tables.
I'm pretty sure the sign for the prime rib too was like on like a paper towel.
I think it was on a paper, on like,
or like maybe like a parchment paper or something.
I'd call it specifically a table placemat.
Placemat.
Paper
Yes.
placemat.
Yes, there you go.
On a paper placemat written in marker was
Yes.
prime rib, $25.
Yeah.
And I'd been to this place a few times. They didn't originally have prime rib. That appeared one day, and I couldn't help but, like, because it's just like you go to a pizza shop, Frog,
Yeah.
and
You're not expecting that.
not expecting a fancy expensive meat dish.
Yeah. But they had a lot of different stuff though. I mean, not they had seafood, and it wasn't just pizza. Like they had different options.
But when it's something that usually requires a steak knife,
Yes.
you
and they
don't
give you-
expect it at this place.
No. You know, that's the first time I've ever seen prime rib at a pizza place.
Like you see kebabs at a place like this.
Yeah, and then they did have kebab.
Yeah. Totally.
A time that I only ate chicken kebab for a short time.
Tell us more about your chicken kebab.
I really
your-
loved. Yeah, I might have been about a week, but I just lived off of chicken kebab.
Yeah,
And I declared that I was only going to eat chicken kebab.
but then you overdid
Well,
it.
yeah. I mean, with anything,
Yeah.
if you eat it too much, I like stuffed French toast, for example. And
What is it stuffed with?
you can do many things. Blueberries, you can do
Yeah.
raspberries, strawberries. I prefer the cinnamon apple. And
Are you stuffing this yourself?
No, there's a place called Kiki's in Florida that's like a breakfast place.
Kiki's. Is
Kiki's.
that a like
It's a chain, I guess
chain?
you could say.
Florida
But I mean, there's
yeah.
probably like 6 of them. It's not like it's like, nationwide. And their stuffed French toast is my favorite. But anyways, recently when I go there, I don't get anymore, and they're always like, "Oh, you're not getting the stuffed French," and I'm like, "Nah, sick of it now."
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about
That's how it happened with the kebab.
when you're known for a specific order at a restaurant, you kind of like pigeonholed in. Like,
yeah, and you're embarrassed to order anything else.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. Or like when they're like, well, I know what you want, and it's like,
Well, I go. So listen to this. So I go to this Foxtail Coffee place by my house. I might have told you the story before.
I want to hear it.
So I only go there. There was 1 week when I went on my vacation, so I went every day. But they don't open until 7, so I'm usually gone by 7. So I really only see them on the weekends. Everybody there knows my name.
Yeah. That's
Everybody
impressive.
everybody there knows, and I only go 2 days a week. And sometimes they give me coffee for free. I don't even understand why.
Yeah. Wow. I mean,
Oh, Doug's here. Like, get him this large coffee, extra cream only.
and then one day you just don't feel like extra cream, but you don't want to.
Well, for the longest time, they were giving it to me with heavy cream, and it was at first it was kind of good, but then it was kind
It's
of
a lot
making my
of cream.
stomach upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to be like, no, just regular cream is fine for me. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he's the one that likes the heavy cream.
Right. I know.
Yeah, you can't like break it. And Brody's in Peabody. You remember that place?
Yeah.
So I gave the guy, when I worked for U-Haul when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I gave the guy like a great deal on a moving truck to go to
Uh-huh.
Florida.
Yeah.
I don't even, I had probably no authorization to do it, but let's just say it was $1,200 to take the truck. I did it for him for like half of that.
Nice.
And so every time I would go into Brody's, he'd like put down
Yeah.
like a free beer.
Yeah.
I stopped going there
Right.
because I didn't want. I mean, I was like, I didn't want to be. Not that I didn't want to make it think that I was only going there for the free beer.
I totally know.
Like
what you mean.
I liked Brody's. That's
Yeah.
why I was going there,
Yeah.
and I was happy to pay for whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
And I got uncomfortable, and I just decided to stop going. And I mean, that's eventually what'll happen for Foxtail too. Like I don't like attention.
I totally know what you
know?
mean. Like, and suddenly, and I've stopped going places for very similar reasons. Yeah. Alex Mackey.
Okay.
We're not performing right now. This is just a live podcast. And if you come to the show, if you're coming to the show tomorrow, I'll do Christmas in a sweater. Let me know. I mean, we'll do whatever it takes to make our free.
We could actually. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but I know I could. We could do a full request only show
tomorrow night.
If there's like
yeah,
scrap the whole thing. Just whatever you want to hear. If you come.
Yeah, just give us a few hours notice so I can print out the courts.
Yeah. Well, I don't need any notice.
Yeah. We're just gonna do the drum and vocal version of Christmas in a Sweater. Oh yeah.
That'll be something.
Alex can't make it. He lives in Atlanta, and look, Alex, I don't mean to call you out publicly, but this guy right here,
Yeah.
he's farther away from the show than you are, Alex.
About 8 hours to the south.
So if Froggy can get here for the show, Alex can get here for the show. Just saying. I mean, how cool would it be if you just flew up here overnight for our show?
Yeah. Well, it might be a little hard now.
No.
Oh no, you can fly tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, do an overnight flight too.
Yeah.
You know, there might
Last minute though, they start to be a little spendy.
do that, but then the next level of last minute, they're just giving it away. You know.
Yeah.
Alex was in Boston 2 weeks ago. If only the show was then. Look, I say this all the time. Tell me your plans.
Yeah, because we could arrange that.
We will seriously schedule shows around your schedule.
Yes.
I'm not joking.
Yes.
If you're going to be in Boston, let me know. Give me a few months' notice, and I'll schedule a show for that weekend. It'll be free.
There's no other entertainer doing that. That's actually, I think we just started something right there.
Well, we know we've been doing. This is why.
But on demand, like that.
Well, this is why we did the Ganza last September. It was that girl Erica from Tufts who asked me about a show.
Oh, that's right.
And I scheduled it for her, and we had a grand old time.
Yep.
So anyway, Froggy and I pick him up in the airport.
Oh yeah, back to the prime rib.
We drive to Nick's place in Hampton. What? And I mean, come on. You order your food, and while you're waiting for the food, what do?
Complimentary half slice of pizza. Just, and it was really good pizza. I really enjoyed the pizza.
It was.
And
great.
then I got the Caesar salad. It was enormous Caesar salad. I love it.
You were real excited
with that
about
Parmesan cheese on top of
Yeah.
it like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's Parmesan or Romano, whatever it is. Like when it's
Yeah.
thick like that, I like it.
You were real happy, but the only problem was you wanted a little more time with your salad.
Yeah, well, it was a little rushed, a little more time with the salad. And then they brought the potato right after the salad, which was a little weird.
Yeah.
You could tell it wasn't fine dining. And then the pita came a little later. Oh no, maybe the pita did come with the
pita came.
But
yeah,
then,
you were pumped about the pita too.
Well, and it was a little stale though. I will say, but I do like a good pita.
Yeah.
And then the utensils.
Yeah.
I was,
very
you would expect the plastic utensils in a pizza place. I mean, but when you do have prime rib on the menu,
yeah,
you would expect those customers because I mean, we were the only ones. I mean, we were actually the only ones there.
I think I'm the only one who gets the prime rib.
Yeah.
Frankly.
So you would think that they would have a set, and I think I heard him say we have the knives, just no forks.
Okay, yeah, but they didn't even offer us the knives.
No,
either.
the knife they gave you a plastic.
So
knife.
they give us plastic knife and fork with
Like,
our prime rib.
I don't even use those plastic knives to like cut like
anything.
like anything.
Yeah,
like they don't cut anything.
No, maybe like if you get a pizza and you want to just cut like the
little like
cheesy,
crust off or something like that. Like
so, in the past, I have been given.
You've been given both.
The steak.
It was
knife.
a real plate. At least it was on. It wasn't on a paper plate.
Thank goodness. Steak knife and a hard fork.
Yeah.
Metal fork. And so I went up and asked, and they said they're out of metal forks somehow, but they did have steak knives, but they had to like rinse them off or something.
Well, but it was much. I mean, it was luckily there was more plastic forks because I mean you saw mine.
I had to get you.
Got me another one
because yours was partly melted.
Yeah. Yeah, so
but there's just something about getting prime rib
at a pizza
shop.
Yeah. And it was good. I mean, it wasn't the best prime rib I've ever had.
It was not the best prime rib I've ever had there.
Yeah, but I mean, it was still good, and
it was good.
Quite honestly, the
juice.
You got the au jus. You got the that salad was delicious, and then for $25, I don't remember the last time I got prime rib, but the last time has been a while, and it was probably at least $25 for that. So just the fact that that's got to be a pretty cheap price for prime rib.
Yeah. I think nowadays,
I'd say 35.
You're not getting prime rib for less than 25. I'll tell you that much.
No, that's for sure. Century House used to do a good prime rib.
Well, we'll look into it.
Well, and they might only have it on like Saturday and Sunday, though.
Well, it's Saturday, Frog, and we haven't had dinner yet.
Yeah.
a double prime rib
No,
Saturday. Wouldn't that
no.
be wild?
Yeah. I mean, I usually only eat once a day. So
Yeah, I'm done for the day
Yeah,
too. But
that's
I
it.
mean, it would be pretty hilarious if we
go from
we did this podcast and then went and got
and then
another
go to
prime
like
rib. Sam
it-
and Joe's does prime rib on
well,
weekends
I was
too.
gonna say that other restaurant we went by, the Continental, would
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
have prime rib.
But we don't want to deal with Route 1 again.
No.
So we have a fine meal at Nick's Place. Highly recommend it. Nick's Place in Hampton Falls.
And in the whole reason for that whole story was we were near the beach,
Near the
just in
beach.
case anyone did come to the beach party.
Luke Oz wants to know, do either of us enjoy sushi? I do
love
not.
sushi.
Froggy does.
Yes.
I am not adventurous with food, folks.
Yeah. I wouldn't know how to order it at a restaurant because I just get it at like the grocery store.
Right. Yeah.
And I've actually got it at restaurants before, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so much better than the grocery store one." It's like, well, it's not really that much better, but I mean, maybe a little bit. But I do like sushi.
Okay, good to know. So again, we got to stay close to the beach and it's a double-edged sword. If someone calls us on the beach party, we got to go. Probably go pay more than we paid for the prime rib just to park, right? And then hang out on the beach. Would be part fun.
It would be okay. It's a little disappointing no one was there.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
The main good part of someone wanting to meet us at the beach would mean that they were
was
probably
actually
coming to
somebody
the
that
show
wanted-
tomorrow.
Yes.
No one wanted to. Here's the giveaway, folks. We're here. We're at home, and no one wanted to meet us at the beach.
Yeah.
But we didn't push it. Like, other than having it at the bottom of the page on the website, I hadn't mentioned the beach party on Twitter in a month or so. So anyway, we still wanted to be close to Hampton, and so naturally, I'm surprised that North Carolina family that called you yesterday didn't. Yeah, that's a good point, Tom Judd. But I think they have other plans for the rest of the weekend. But we know they're coming, Frog. I'm excited about
The
that.
North Carolina family.
Yeah, thank goodness for them. I told them, like, it's going to be so hard for them when they leave early if they're the only people in the audience,
Oh yeah.
And then we're playing a song as they walk.
So wait,
out.
why do they have to leave early? Like, you come from North Carolina.
Well, their kids are young.
Oh,
kids.
they're gonna get tired.
Yeah. I think they said they're going to make it till around 9.
Oh.
We're going to go till around 11.
Okay. Well, that's understandable.
I gotta, like, what is wrong? Like, I gotta, like, reconfigure my brain. Like, a concert with less than 50 songs just feels wrong to me.
Isn't there over 70 on this one?
Right. Yeah.
Chances of us playing all those though are pretty slim.
Yeah. We'll play more than 65.
Yeah.
Though, I would think.
But I mean, if we do the requests thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, we can't get people to come, let alone make requests.
Yeah. What about if we did requests and they weren't there? Like we did I don't know, never mind.
Old School Dave says, would you take the song to completion if they left? We'd keep playing 100%. Yeah. Because
we might even play it a second time.
No, but if we have 2 hours of show left and there's no one there, is what Dave, I think, is saying.
Oh, we continue to play.
We keep playing because we're recording it for a live album.
Yeah.
And what a story that, the greatest.
And like, how awesome would it be if like the Marriott crew like was like coming through, just like check if they needed any water, and they're like, wait a minute, there's nobody. They're still going. Do they know that nobody's?
I'm sure they've had plenty of events like that.
Yeah.
And lots of like company parties that just everyone's gone 2 hours before it's over, and the DJ contractually has to keep
playing.
spinning.
So they just keep doing, and like the strobe light kind of goes like slow.
So sad.
So sad.
It's gonna so. Hopefully there'll be some people who stay to the end, and I do have stickers here for anyone who does.
That stays.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I could really upset that family with the young kids if I mention you get stickers if you stay, and the kids be like, Mom, Dad, please.
Yes, they want to stay for the sticker.
We want a sticker.
Yeah. Well, it could be a way.
Maybe I'll give it to them anyway.
Of course, you're gonna give it to them.
Yeah.
They came all the way from North Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't
give it to anyone that comes at all.
Anyone comes through the door. Yeah. Now, okay, so if I come for the last 10 minutes, do I get a sticker?
Yes.
I mean, officially no, but probably yes.
Come see me.
Rocky. Go back. Don't go through Farley. Go through Froggy. You
I
get-
won't even know where the stickers are. So
That's the
definitely
only
don't
the only
come see
problem.
me.
Yeah. So we're done with the prime rib, and we go to the casino.
Oh yeah.
The Brook. There's a casino called the Brook. I guess it's because it's in Seabrook, New Hampshire.
Okay.
And
Second casino. No, third casino I've ever been to in my life.
third casino for Froggy. And it's a little bit. It's not one of those classy high-rise hotels.
Didn't seem like we were in Vegas. No. There was no electricity in the room, but there was.
There were weeds
were a lot
growing
of-
through the hot tub,
and
and
there was a lot of canes and walkers.
walkers.
I saw a couple oxygen tanks.
No,
and
for sure.
I saw a lot of the curly perms.
Oh
Old
yeah,
lady curly perms.
loving it. So here's the deal, folks. I placed a bet for that for the game that's going to be happening during the Ganza.
Yep. And
Let-
what do you? Let's
me-
let's tell them the details here.
Right.
What are all our?
Okay.
We got a couple. You got a
Some
couple of
caveats.
different-
I got a parlay.
course.
So the game is San Diego.
And it's called parlay because I'm new to the gambling. It's a
Yeah.
parlay because is that like
more than
three?
one bet combined. Anything more
Anything
than one that's combined.
is a parlay.
And now the rule, folks,
You got to win them both.
you got to win them both. Thank you. And if you bet three, if it's a three,
You got to win all three.
if it's a
So,
five,
you could do a 5 parlay.
you could do a 30. If you do a 30 and you could bet $1, and if all 30 came
you
through,
would win a lot.
like thousands.
You could do that every day, and eventually it would maybe happen.
That's a good point. And you've only invested $1 a day.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so anyone who's at the show, we're going to be having scoreboard updates of the Dodgers versus the Padres. And here's what we need to happen. Okay. If the Padres win
Mm-hmm.
and the Dodgers score more than 4.5 runs, then we will win big time. And I will be sharing a portion of the winnings with the audience.
But you have to be in attendance.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any retro.
You got to be there when the game's
So
over.
what's the potential prize? And let's make sure you say it's higher than what it actually is.
It's going to be up to $5 per person.
Holy smoke.
If this parlay goes
So the
through,
family of 4 could walk out with $20.
imagine that they come from North Carolina, they get a free show. I perform several songs that they requested,
at
and then
their
I pay
request.
them.
Yeah. Can we just do it anyways, even if we don't win the bet?
Just give them.
Just give them money. Anyone that attends, I feel like that's actually not a bad idea. What about if we just say anybody that comes can get $5? I'll hit the ATM before. Well, I mean, we forgot to tell them about my bet, which could pay out today. All right.
Okay, well, so Froggy's
I've
gotten
got
the
a bet.
taste of sports
but this
betting.
would be my
everybody.
first sports bet, and if the Red Sox, the Twins,
and the Mets.
and the Mets,
If they all win today,
all win today, I'm gonna.
what'd you put in there? You put in 20.
$20. I'll come out with $201.
That's 201
Profit.
profit.
That would be profit.
You get your $20 back
Of
too.
course, yeah, of course.
So Froggy
So if-
got bit.
If that happens, we're going tomorrow, and I'm throwing it all down. And I don't know what I'm going to throw it down on yet. I'll have to do a little bit of thinking, but it's going to be something big.
Yeah. Put 200 on another parlay. Put all 221 on another parlay.
Yes. Try to
Yeah.
win a few grand.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
So
Come home with some deep pockets.
we also we tried a little roulette. I went through, I believe,
I pissed
20,
$20 in like 2
$25.
seconds.
I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was. And Froggy, yeah,
Yeah, same thing. And
no fun,
doesn't
huh?
seem like there's any strategy there. It's just a bunch of guessing.
No fun. And also, like, the way they do it is there's only one spinny
It's
thing.
better if you can see it and spin it. You're
Like, if you're standing at the table and moving chips under the table, it feels fun. We're just standing in front of a computer,
yeah.
pressing buttons, and then looking up to see what numbers come up.
Yeah.
Not
it's
as
like
much
Keno, but like more.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a little bit more involved than Keno,
Yeah.
but it leans more to Keno than it does
Than
to
it
real
does to
roulette.
roulette. Yeah. I love Keno, by the way.
Okay.
I loved, Century House was a place that had Keno. Another place was, remember in Salem by the college? I think it was called Bertini's.
Oh yeah, they just closed down.
Yeah, that place was a good Keno spot too.
Yeah, absolutely. My
So is
parents would do that.
Onion Town Grill.
That's still around. Onion Town's still around.
Yeah, it's been a bunch of
from
places,
across the
but
street
they have
from
that too. Yeah,
Sunnyside.
Yeah.
So, folks, just think of the fun that we're going to have. Not only are we going to be performing up to 77 songs on the set list,
But we got a gamble.
we might pay you.
We might pay you. Yeah.
If the Padres
didn't we
beat
say we were going to pay him anyways?
No, that's not guaranteed.
Okay. All right.
If the Padres beat the Dodgers, and the Dodgers score at least 5 runs, that's what it comes down to. I mean, that could happen.
It's unlikely.
Is it?
Yeah. Dodgers are one of the best teams in baseball, and the Padres aren't. So
okay. Well, first off, the Padres have got a lot of firepower, and they have the possibility of scoring some runs. I mean, they got what's his name? I mean, Xander. They got that other big guy from the Orioles that they signed a few years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, they were a World Series favorite at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Frog. So don't count them out. They could rattle off 20 wins in a row and be right in the heart of things.
Okay.
You're not convinced?
You know what? I haven't been following baseball that much, so I'm actually basing it on all the Red Sox are losing right now.
Oh no! What's the score?
1-0.
Okay. Well, still early.
But the Padres are okay. So they are in almost last place. They're 2 games under 500.
2 games under 500 in early August. That can change. It takes a while, like they got some new players.
Tough division too.
Yeah, it takes a while to acclimate. Anyway, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun aspect of the show. And also we haven't even talked about this. Are you prepared for your solo performance?
We'll see.
Okay.
It's gonna be a game time decision.
Look, you don't have to do it if it's not feeling right. But here's an idea I had.
I've never had a chance to practice it like live.
Yeah.
So when we set up, and if it sounds all right, I'll do it. If it doesn't,
have you rehearsed a few times?
Yeah, I know how to play it. But if it doesn't sound, I've never done it through like a thing. If it doesn't sound right, or if it doesn't feel right,
yeah,
it's probably not going to sound good no matter what. But I mean,
as long as it feels good.
If it feels good,
we're going to move
story.
forward.
And then if the Blue Jays beat the Red Sox today, probably
you're going to be down in the dumps.
It'll be a down. Yeah, I mean, I'll only have lost $20, so.
But still, in your head, you're already up $220.
I'm already spent the $220,
yeah.
So it's gonna be disappointing. I just did spend the $220. No.
So here's the deal, folks. There's sections of the set that are solo Farley performances.
Yep.
Where I'm like, I'll give the other guys a little chance to rest their hands and just not be playing for a little bit. But then I was like, well, what if I gave each of them a song, a solo performance of their own? It
was pretty impressive considering if anyone got the postcard for the event, you noticed that it was really hard to find any of the other members of the band until you got to the back of the postcard.
Keep talking.
What are you?
I'm gonna show the postcard.
Yeah, you gotta really get the visual on that to really. I got that at my house one day, and I wasn't. I was like, whoa, wow. I mean, I'm surprised. It's like an homage to himself.
Yeah. So anyone on YouTube right now, all 5 people who are streaming, maybe some of you even got this postcard.
Yeah.
So it's in the front cover, Frog. It's how many?
Looks like there's 5 just solo shots.
5 really artistic and great shots of Farley.
And then one with you barely can see
Tom and Pete.
Well, you can't see Pete at all. I mean, face-wise, hardly.
You can see his body. You can see a little bit of your drum set.
A little bit of the drum set, which it had to have been, I think it had to have been maybe a mistake that we got in there. And then if you flip over
into the back,
then you've got me, Tom, and Pete, with very good, very nice pictures.
Yes,
of
great
all
pictures.
3.
Yeah.
But on the back,
on
you
the
know,
back,
on
like
the back side.
afterthoughts. Yeah,
So I'm surprised that we did get the offer for the live show.
that's a good point.
Yeah. But
Maybe I felt bad. I was like, man, this is
could have been.
Yeah,
It could have been. And actually, I'm grateful that I was not on the front of the cover. I'm 100% kidding.
yeah. I mean, there's that for sure. And you know, nothing's stopping you from making your own postcard with your face on it.
Exactly.
And
And
me on
I
the
don't
back.
want a postcard with my face on it. So that's
Right.
that's why.
And neither does Tom or Pete.
Right.
I don't think.
Right.
You know.
And that's I was just kidding.
Of course, but it's what's funny is that I'm just sitting there in my house and
Right.
and thinking like, you know what I want to do? I want to make a collage of my face
Yes.
and then mail it out to
Yes.
hundreds of people.
Yes. Now,
Faithless follower says needs more Matt on the card.
It
And I
does.
agree,
It
seriously. So despite the fact that the card is all about my face, I am willing to hand over the stage to my bandmates for 3 whole songs, 1 song per person. So Froggy, you might accept that offer and perform. Will we tell the people, or is it a surprise?
well, we'll keep it a surprise
Keep it a surprise,
because
Froggy.
we might not even do it. So
What? And you'll be on the Acoustasonic and
Yeah.
vocals. Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be pretty cool. And then Tom, I think, is gonna do it.
yeah, and
And-
Tom and Pete will probably do that.
And then hopefully Pete will do it too.
Yeah.
So that'll mix things up a little bit, I think. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And then I don't even know if you know this, but we have like an acoustic full band section.
Yeah.
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 And then the after hours show.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good.
Now, listen to this, folks. As you know, all the shows have generally been in New England, almost exclusively, right, Frog?
Well, New England and New Hampshire.
New England, New Hampshire.
Well, New Hampshire would be part of New England. So
Yes.
yes.
I think it's
sorry.
all been in New England.
Yeah.
But
Well, you performed didn't you perform in Wisconsin?
yeah, Tom and I performed in Menominee, Wisconsin once. So,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is, you don't see a Moturn Media show outside of Massachusetts
Not too many.
or New
Doesn't
Hampshire.
come along too often.
Froggy lives in Florida.
Yep.
And he flies up here like that, no problem. He's got a lot. He earns a lot of free hotel points and frequent flyer miles too. Not as many.
No, because I there's not frequent flyer on the Spirit Airlines.
Do you get?
yeah.
Do you get? What about for rental cars? Do you get any kind of car rental stuff?
No, I don't rent cars enough to get any bonus for that. It's the hotels I get.
So what we're getting at here is Froggy spends some money to come up here, and I appreciate it because we'd be nothing without Froggy on the drums. And I was like, what if I came to Florida for a show?
Yeah. Orlando show.
So Froggy has been tasked with the job of finding a venue where we can put on a show. We're looking at the first weekend of March, right?
Yeah. And should we say where or
No,
not yet?
let's
okay.
wait.
Okay, but should we tease that there could be?
I mean, it's going to be near Orlando.
it's going to be near Orlando, exactly.
Yeah. So someone said shoot for St. Petersburg or Tampa. It's going to be within about an hour of Orlando, either in Orlando or within about an hour of Orlando, more or less, right?
The other side of the state, though.
Not the
So
Tampa side.
2 hours from Tampa.
But look, if for those all you jerks out there who won't travel up
And
for
2 hours is not a bad ride. Although there is, you're the only way to get from one side of the state to the other is I-4, and I-4 is not a very good road.
okay,
But
well, we're trying to sell this.
no,
show.
I'm just saying that you could also, just maybe come down the day before, so that way you don't have to worry about the traffic.
So basically, if you live closer to Florida than you do to
And
Massachusetts,
the person that's in Atlanta, that's not that far.
I know. You
So
think I
there's
don't
a
know?
lot of people right here, right? I mean, half of who we've got on right
Just
now.
all of the 7 people on
there's
this
potential
YouTube
people.
thing, 3.5 of you are basically required to attend. So look, we're gonna try to schedule a show for Saturday night, early March, and we're gonna do what we do, which is rent out a hotel function room.
Yep.
What do you think? You're a little reluctant to embrace the hotel function room as a rock venue. Less, more
I'm
reluctant than I.
100% ready to say it's not a rock venue.
Okay,
I
but
mean,
just as a good place for us to play.
it works for us.
Yeah.
I was frantically trying to find someplace better
Right.
in the Orlando area. But a lot of the things I found didn't seem to really pan out. Nobody got back to me, or I was like, it was in a weird area that like maybe it's an area that really isn't set up with good bathroom situation or whatever, So the hotel kind of works for us.
Not so bad
It's
after
not so
all.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. From parking to bathroom to food options to everything else, it works out. I mean, obviously I'd rather play at the Hard Rock Live or the House of Blues, but since we're not there yet,
And the crazy thing about me is that like
you'd rather the Marriott.
I'd rather play at a hotel function room.
Yeah,
I feel so much.
Well, and the big thing with us is I'm okay with having someone run our soundboard, and you're not. So
yeah, well, if it's a professional, whatever. Obviously, I trust the professional to do it, but
Yeah.
like, just the vibe that I get at like actual like music, like the Guitar Center
the
vibe.
Guitar Center guy,
I just don't
the
want
Judgment.
I don't want any of that. And then also like, venues want to like sell a lot of booze and stuff,
Yeah.
and like, and I don't think that's going to happen so much at my show. I'm going to feel like I let them down.
You let them down. Well, and even so, the Marriott, like you would think that if they were having a wedding in that place, like more than likely there'd be catering, or there'd be somebody there'd be drinks being bought,
Yeah. But on the flip side, I feel like we're renting out this venue that otherwise would have just been empty for them.
And they would have also they less staff that they have to use for us. Which is really they don't really need nobody.
We get Olivia, she fills up the water.
Right.
And then
she probably just hangs out back. Like,
yeah.
Thank God, like what an easy night tonight.
Oh, she loves us.
She's probably watching episodes of Always Sunny on Hulu in the background.
So we're gonna do a show early March somewhere in Florida. It's gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
Now you've said it should be under 2 hours.
Well,
I get it.
I think it's it's not an extravaganza.
No.
So it's a show.
Yeah.
So a show would only be, a normal show would be 2 hours long.
Right.
So it would I think it's just a show.
Yeah, and it could just be me and you too.
It could be, and it could just be. It could be 30 to 40 songs. I mean, that's nobody's sneezing at that.
I know, but I would feel like I was letting people down by doing only 30. Faithless Follower says, "How often do you guys have opening bands?" Never.
We did once.
Who?
Well, we had
just when we had the people.
Yeah, the 3 performances.
Right. Yeah. Do you consider that opening bands? I mean, for one thing, they played after we had already been playing.
So
we had a little
I'll tell
open
you
mic.
How we feel about opening bands. Okay,
Yeah.
You see the postcard.
Clearly, Farley is not.
There's no opening band.
Yeah, and it was fun what we did, having those other bands play, and they were great.
Yes.
And they were good for being like up.
But in your mind, that's 15 minutes that you could have been saying.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's like
it's true.
I'm paying for this venue.
Right.
And
you know what though? If we ever toured, we would have an opening band. But we're not at that point.
Why?
Well,
I hate opening bands.
But it's for the crowd. It's not for us.
Why does the crowd want an opening band?
The crowd wants an opening
Why?
band. Because they want to get in. They want to get their drinks. They get their food. Opening band. Everybody's smiling, happy, feeling it. And the lights go down. The main act comes on. Everyone's excited. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You ever been to a show?
Yeah, and I've hated. I'm just sitting. I'm like, oh, it says it starts at 7. And I get there at 7, and then the opening band doesn't even start till 8:30. And
yeah, I mean that's not the norm. I mean, normally they don't start right at 7, but normally the opening band will start like 20 minutes to a half an hour past when it says
and
it starts.
I bought tickets because I like the music of the main act.
But the main act is only going to play for a certain amount of time anyway.
Okay, but why? Why not play 2.5 hours?
A lot of main acts don't have 2.5 hours worth of material.
I mean, we don't, but that doesn't stop us.
It's true. Well, we definitely don't have 5 hours worth of material.
We sure do.
Well, I mean, we do, and there's some that come out really good, but there's others.
Well, the beauty of it is, even going, like I saw Weezer a couple years ago.
Yep.
Total like some of the songs
Well,
are just clunkers. Very like you could.
Who opened for Weezer though?
Well, it was the Pixies.
All right.
Okay, but that's not an open. That's a double bill.
That's a double bill.
That's a double bill.
Because I saw Weezer and Green Day together.
Again, double bill. That is a different situation.
Yep.
I'm talking about,
and the Fall Out Boys were there too. But I didn't know. Although I did know a couple of their songs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about Fall Out Boy, but they're when they're up there with Weezer and Green Day, it does feel a little bit like maybe a little bit of an opening band for those two. You know what I'm saying?
Fall Out Boy is bigger than.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah.
Like they were maybe not bigger than Green Day, but definitely bigger than Weezer.
Well, that goes to show what I know. And apologies.
Well,
to Fall
who's
Out Boy.
there's somebody called Sam something. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Sam Smith?
Yeah, I think that's who it is. They just played at Amway.
Okay.
And
hang on, Fall Out Boy, 29 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's check Green Day.
Green Day's going to be slightly less, I think.
26 million. Yep. Fall Out Boy wins, and then what was it? Weezer?
Weezer's going to be like maybe 6.
Let's see. 15 million.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
It's got to be that Buddy Holly song.
And then Paparazzi and the Photogs.
Yeah, 150.
165,000 monthly listeners. Yeah. How do you like that, folks? How do you like them apples?
Now, is that the one that had the 400,000 at some point?
Yeah. Well, I had an incredibly.
What's Big Heist at? 140.
And not that when he says 140, there's no zeros after that, folks.
Right.
It's not
140.
It's just 140.
Well, and really 130.
It's 130. It's 130.
So really 126 because we both have 2 accounts. That's depressing. Song of the summer. Listen to it on the radio today with the on the way to the airport.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's real good, isn't it?
Yeah. My wife asked me to turn it down. I said, how can I turn this down?
Talking about porch, swings, sides, and things. Summertime brings all the joys and stings. Okay. Ooh, getting a call from Wisconsin. I'll take it live on the show.
Yeah, let's take it.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Wow.
They got nervous. So, okay. Well, first of all, summer fun. Yeah, we're getting requests for summer fun. Apologies to Fall Out Boy.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know when I was there, but the Sam Smith guy, that was the back to the story.
Okay. Yeah.
Somebody asked us if we wanted to go see Sam Smith, and we're like, we don't even know who the hell Sam Smith is.
Right.
And then how many monthly people does he have? Look him up.
Oh,
Sam, he's like he's like in the top 20 in the world.
I'll look it up. Sam Smith.
Yeah. But we didn't know who he was until we played a couple of songs. We definitely knew a couple of them.
55 million.
Yeah.
All right, they're feeling less nervous. Let's see what happens here. Hello.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Great. I'm doing a podcast. I got you on the air if that's okay.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I just discovered your music recently. Your cities and towns.
Nice. How'd you like it?
I'm a huge fan. My fiance is from Naperville, Illinois.
I mispronounced it, huh?
Yeah, she had quite the stir about that.
Yeah. It almost makes it like more endearing because I mispronounced it.
I thought it was a nice touch.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Where are you now? Where are you located now?
We're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay. Well, what a shame. We're doing a show near Boston tomorrow. You up for an overnight flight to Boston or what?
Oh, really?
You should totally do a red eye.
A red eye to Boston.
Yeah.
Cue up the song.
What kind of seating are we talking about here?
Well, I rented out a hotel function room. It's free. Just come and grab a seat.
Really? Okay. So, like, how many people are going to show up to this thing?
We don't know. Anywhere from 0 to 200.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'll check with the missus and see if I can book that flight.
Do it.
But I just wanted to get on here and
why don't you just book it now
and keep turning up those hits.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for calling, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Bye. All right. He
Okay.
can't hear you,
Oh.
and I can't play a song that he would hear.
Because you have a song called Red Eye Flight.
It's a good song.
Yeah,
might
that's
I
why I
add.
thought if we had queued that up.
It was a brilliant idea. I just
Yeah.
like to start with that. Brilliant idea.
Well, I don't think he's coming, but
He seemed more like
he
open
seemed
to
more
it
open
than
to it
would've
than I thought.
expected.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
As soon as he said though he had asked the wife, I mean, more than likely that's
maybe there were a couple of
hippies.
freewheeling, fun-loving peeps.
Could be.
So Faithless Follower thinks that caller might have been a member of Fall Out Boy.
Well-
I think it was.
Could have been.
Man, we're in for it. Like we have a feud with Fall Out Boy. I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, you know, they Fall Out Boy's pretty good though, especially they do a lot of sports like anthems.
Pump
You know.
Up, yeah.
Yeah.
Sleeping with my girls on.
I don't think that's them. No, that's not. Fall Out Boy.
Oh, there's no surprise to me.
That's not- I don't think
am my
that's Fall
own
Out Boy.
worst enemy. Who sings that?
I don't
Everybody.
know, but that's not Fall Out Boy.
Because every day of the day
They sing
I
whatever it takes.
Listeners, I need help.
don't know that one.
Who sings it? It's no surprise to me. I am my own worst enemy. Cause every other day I beat the living bleep out of me. Lit. Apparently it's a band called Lit.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Let's
It's
see.
definitely not Fall Out Boy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, I am not My Own Worst Enemy by Lit.
Yeah.
286 million streams for that one.
Just
that one
do Fall Out
song.
Boy. Put the one you can't. Can you play the Fall Out Boy song?
I don't want to get. I don't. I don't
like
wanna,
do like 30 seconds of it. They're not gonna care.
Oh, they do something with Taylor Swift called Electric Touch.
Okay, I don't know that
Yeah.
one.
No, look, we're gonna let it go.
All right.
So people, I'll tell you one thing: whether or not people come to this show, people are interested in what happens. You know, a lot of people are be wondering, "Wow, I wonder how that show's going."
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have enough fans to fill up a 5,000 seat venue if they all flew
Lived in the same area.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say even more than 5,000 seat venue because I mean one of them had 100,000
Paparazzi.
right? You
Well,
had-
yeah, no, I have multiple.
You add them all up, you're up almost 1 million. So I think
Monthly listeners,
Yeah, so
yeah.
I think you get way more than 5,000.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation where where it's people listening online. How do you transition them to people coming in person?
It's a hard thing to do. I mean, we in retail world, we've been trying to figure it out for years.
Yeah.
you know? How do we get
absolutely.
them? How do we get the asses in the seats? And we haven't quite mastered it yet, but we did kind of. I mean, the movies, last extravaganza got a lot of people in the chairs.
Yeah,
So
I know. And I know I produce the movies. I'm in the movies, and yet I come out of it feeling like I lost.
right.
That my music lost to the movie. For anyone familiar with what I'm saying is we had an extravaganza in May where we premiered 2 movies.
Yeah.
And the first movie had a real good crowd.
Second movie too.
Had a great crowd.
Yep.
Second movie.
Yep.
And then we started making music.
Yeah. And
The crowd just
crowd-
kept depleting.
in third. Yeah.
Third
Third.
place.
No. Like it cut in third.
Oh, we had 1/3.
So say we had 100, we were down to 30,
Now,
and-
the flip side, 30 is more than we've had in the past.
which is true. But
Yeah.
it's still disappointing when you started out with over 100 people, easily over 100 people.
Try our delicious soups. Who I believe is that you, Mitch?
Soups.
Says people can't last 9 hours, Matt.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, and
It is a tough ask.
hey, Mitch, it's great to hear from you.
But
It's a tough ask. I know.
but it's what if you when you do 2 nights, I think it's even more of a tough ask.
Right. Well, that's the thing. The previous year we did a movie Friday night and a
So
concert
maybe what
Saturday
they're
night.
suggesting is 1 movie and like
Yeah.
a normal size concert,
or no movies.
or no movie at all.
So-
Maybe no movie, because in today's world, everybody streams it anyway. So
That's one thing I said to Charlie. I was like, think of all the sales we might have lost on movie tickets because people.
they saw it for free.
Yeah, well, they did
Well,
pay for an
true.
extravaganza
Yeah,
ticket, but
yeah.
I still lost money on the whole day.
But I get the comment of the 9 hours, but it did seem like as soon as that second movie finished,
Mhm.
the crowd dispersed.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't like it was like 5 hours in, they were like, all right, we got enough. It was as soon as
I think there are some crossover people who appreciate the movies and the music, but I think there's a good number of movie fans who say like, I like the movies, but I just can't
do the
listen to
music.
that guy sing.
Yes. That was the majority of the crowd.
Yeah, they're just
And,
like, look, all due respect, when this guy sings, I want it's like
And you're right. We did start off with a lot of new stuff.
that
and
was if we
it
were
was
gonna grab 'em
unrehearsed and
and new songs,
and new songs,
unreleased songs.
yes,
Yeah.
unreleased, unrehearsed. In some cases unknown. Like I didn't even know what song we were playing until like we got like 8
I
measures
know.
in.
Yeah,
That
was embarrassing.
So that might not have been the right way to kick it off. Maybe Pooping a Wormhole was.
If we, that's the thing. If
where we
Boston
needed to go.
Johnny ends,
If
and
the
then
River Beast was out there dancing,
oh,
picking kids up and
Yeah.
and dancing with them,
yes,
doing
Different-
photo ops.
different situation.
McGee was there,
Right.
rounding up the crowd.
Yes,
I think we would have got more people to stay a little bit longer, but the fact that we went right into, might have been some of our worst stuff since like the first extravaganza.
and by that you mean unrehearsed, good songs, but just we
Yes.
we didn't know how to play.
We didn't know how to
We'd
play
never
them.
played
I
them
mean,
together.
Tom showed up 15 minutes before we started to play.
That's a good point.
If you remember correctly.
I do now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we were on stage and Tom wasn't, and then
Mhm.
like he showed up plugged in, and we're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
You
So
know? So
yeah, it's so now it's like
maybe we shouldn't be telling them this because then they'll think tomorrow's show is going to be
tomorrow's
more the
show is
same
going to
way.
be awesome.
Well, it's
Look,
gonna
I
be the
mean,
same way.
No. The thing is, like, we're critical of ourselves. But
We are.
Mitch, if you're still there, tell the people how great the live shows are. Thanks for letting me be a fly on the wall. Fresh lobsters, what you want. That's what they tell in the restaurant. Yeah, that's a great quote from a great song. Thank you.
Well, and there's good lobster at that place. Lobster rolls.
Yeah, at Sophia's.
I'll tell you right now, that's what I'm getting tomorrow.
Froggy's getting a lobster roll. See, Mitch says it was awesome.
Yeah,
Mitch, we'll take a little more description
a
about.
little bit more compliments. If you would. What in particular was awesome? Give
Yeah,
me a few of your top. Give me your top 5.
a dissertation.
Your
if
top
you will.
5 from each set now.
Okay, easy. Froggy's
Oh,
getting worked up.
sorry.
Thanks, Lob. We're gonna have a great time tomorrow. Froggy's getting we're gonna set up, and if we have time, you're gonna make sure you have time for a lobster roll, huh?
Oh, without a doubt,
There will be time for a
Yeah.
lobster roll.
there'll be plenty of time.
But and then the fact that like my parents come to the show.
Yeah,
It's nice to have 2 more bodies there, but when
if
they
they're the last
represent
2.
when they represent 40% of the audience.
Yeah. Well, and then they're probably not going to want to stay the whole time.
Oh, they're not. Yeah, but
And then
also
how
it's
bad
just
is it if they're the ones
embarrassing.
that leave? They're the last to leave.
my parents are the last
Yeah,
to leave. and
you
then we're
almost got to
playing.
tell them they got to keep an eye on us, head on a swivel. So like they don't-
Leave before. Make
Yes.
sure there's someone there.
There's got to be
Yeah.
at least 3 other people there. And
Yeah.
once it's down to 3, you got to go.
So Mitch says he loved it. He liked the 50 stuff, but he understands that it was stuff that people hadn't heard
Yeah.
when 40 of the 50 songs hadn't been released yet. you
Right.
know?
Right.
But it does irk me a little bit when and I know we're doing some like really interesting and revolutionary stuff and like really pushing the whole understanding of what like a band can do in terms of writing and releasing and performing, and it's like if this is I've been to bona fide professional shows that are worse than ours,
Me too.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And so, hope your parents stay for the stickers. No way.
No.
They're not going to be up that late. I'm sorry. No way. If they, frankly, they're going to come for the socializing. They're going to want to see Froggy.
Yeah.
My mom will like to talk to you about 2nd grade stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
She was the teacher at our school in 2nd grade. We didn't have her though. We were in the other room, right? Didn't you have Mrs. Hunt?
We had Mrs. Hunt.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's funny too because I didn't even tell like my mom that I was going to be here, so like
Right.
they to spare them from having to come.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, because I remember watching it. And I think we all know when they left because it was in the middle of one of the sets.
it was early.
and it was early in the set, so it's like, wow, you really just didn't enjoy it.
Well,
Like,
and here's the deal. I mean,
I'm pretty sure at one point my mom had her ears covered.
well, I mean, I am literally looking at each person in the audience
Yes.
as I'm performing,
Yes,
and I
to
can,
get the vibe.
and the vibe coming from your mom and your brother was just like,
get
oh
me out
God,
of here. Yeah,
get us out of here.
like constantly looking to see who was looking to see who was going to be leaving, and I was watching the whole time. They didn't even know. But that's why I didn't tell them about this one because I didn't want them to have to feel like they have
Right.
to come.
And it's it's
I don't want somebody to come just to
Right.
feel bad for us.
right.
you
I
know?
know, yeah, and we're fine.
I mean,
If
we
we-
are totally fine. You
if we-
want to you give the one person in that audience, we're going to give it 100%.
Yes, and give us
for 5
0.
hours.
We're still gonna do it.
Yeah,
and
the lady
and
drinking the water.
Olivia is
Yeah.
gonna have to be our audience. Mitch says he was sweaty from dancing after the dance set, which was like 15 songs, and yeah, that was fun. And the River Beast coming out, that was a good time too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing some fun stuff, and just just some like, obviously when you're doing 77 songs, not everyone is perfect, but when we're on, it's like we create some gosh darn moments.
Yeah.
Like Loring Ave, that's a
Yep.
showstopper.
Yep.
And same for Late Night Fight by the Rocks, and
1,000 Tries has come out really good.
oh
before.
yeah, and like
Campfire Connection has come out like amazing.
people get goosebumps. We do a goosebump check frequently at these shows. So yeah, anyone who's listening live or to the podcast, which will be released very soon after we finish, if you're on the fence about attending,
And even if you are not, even there's no chance you're coming. Obviously, the Atlanta people, guy you talk from Milwaukee isn't
Yeah.
coming. But if you know somebody in this
right?
area,
Yeah,
let
tell
them know about. Hey, nothing doing on Sunday night.
free show.
Free show at the Peabody Marriott. They got a great lobster roll at a good market price.
Yeah, market price.
And I don't know what that market price is, but I know
Well,
that
it fluctuates.
it fluctuates. I know, but I know the last time I went, it was reasonable.
Yeah,
And they had some really good fries with it, and your favorite beer, and come on out and spend
spend
whatever.
a few hours with us.
Yeah. And we didn't tell everybody, if I win my bet, what am I doing?
You're gonna let it ride.
I'm gonna let that motherfucker ride.
Yeah,
I'm going 200, my whole winnings.
yeah.
I'm gonna go 200 on another. I'll do the same thing you're doing,
Oh,
the same
wow.
bet.
So-
And then
okay,
the chances for the prize money would I mean, I don't know exactly what it would be,
it
but
would be $1,500 the prize
15
money.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
So if there's only 3 people in the show,
We'll pay you. We'll pay
$500.
you.
Well,
Okay. If Froggy wins today, and
Yes.
what you should check the Red Sox. Froggy's got a
hold
parlay
on a
going
second,
right
let me check
now,
what's going on here?
so we got to check if the first game's even working.
Yeah, because it won't be
But
much of a
if he
problem.
wins
It's
his-
3-3, dude. It's 3.
Okay.
Freaking 3.
So if Froggy wins today, he's
Bottom
gonna
of the 4th.
we're gonna drive back up to the Brook Casino in Seabrook, New Hampshire.
What time are they open to? I might go back tonight.
And he's gonna take all of that winnings, put it on the same bet that I have. For anyone who's just joining us,
Letting it ride.
my bet for tomorrow during the game, we're gonna get periodic updates. Dodgers versus Padres. If the Dodgers lose, but score more than 4 runs, then we win, and I will share the
So,
winnings.
6-5 loss would win.
If the Dodgers lose 6-5,
That's all you need to have happen.
we win, and I'm
And
giving.
obviously, if it's 7-5 or 8-7, it's the same thing.
Same
It's-
thing.
They
Just
just have to score 5 runs.
Dodgers must lose, but score 5 runs.
Yeah.
or
Well,
more, or more.
or more.
So I will, if that wins and you're there when we find out it won, I'm giving you a portion of the winnings. And now if Froggy's outrageous parlay today somehow wins, then we're gonna give you like 10 times what you would have gotten anyway.
Yeah. So a lot is riding on that, but you never know. That's so anyways, I guess my point is, if you can't make it and you know somebody that's in this
Tell
general
them.
area,
Tell them
just
about it.
tell them.
Yeah, send him a text. Hey,
Jesus Christ, it's a simple text. It's an email. It's a.
that guy, he's been on the Tonight Show. Send him a clip
Yeah.
of my Tonight Show
Yeah.
appearance.
I mean, just a good time and a free show and something to do on a Saturday night. Summer will be over before we know it.
Yeah, and this is a
and
ghost on
here a
Summer
lot more
Kansas.
than where I'm from. So I mean, you got another like maybe 3 or 4 weeks of nice
Get out
weather.
of your stupid house.
Yeah,
It's
get
on a
out.
Sunday night, and it doesn't.
Call out sick from work
Yeah,
on Monday.
call out sick from work, or just go to work
Do a
tired.
little
It's
PTO.
fine. It's fine. And Mitch asks, are you publishing poetry too? Yes, I do. I have a poetry book for sale at the show. Poop Song Poetry Book. So come.
I actually have a poetry book too that I published in.
Okay, Froggy, in what grade? 6th, 5th,
It was
7th?
It was 5th or 6th. Yeah, maybe 7th.
What was your poem? Was it?
It was a poem about a carpenter.
I have no carpenter. His name is Mike.
His name is Mike. He couldn't even fix a bike. I don't remember.
Every
the whole
time
thing.
a nail went in,
Mike would
start to sing. I remember this.
So he built our he. My mom had like it was a simple deck that like they and I don't even think it was like to rebuild the deck. It was just to like add some stairs, and he did it. It took him like months to do. And like one day we came home and like his like whole family was like grilling on the deck,
Yeah.
and they were like in the pool.
His family.
He brought them over. They're like, oh yeah, we're working on the deck. We just thought we'd use the pool.
Oh,
Like,
geez.
and they were grilling on our grill.
Yeah.
I mean, they brought the food, but you know, they were using.
Still.
It was just a little weird.
Yeah, they
And-
thought you weren't coming home that day.
Oh, I absolutely thought that. So yeah, I wrote a poem about him, and I don't know how it happened. I think I entered it into some sweepstakes or contest.
Yeah, well, it feels like it was like in the back of a newspaper. It'd be like
Yes.
poetry contest,
and it definitely would have been a magazine or a newspaper. I would have pulled it out of, and
and
you could submit your poem along with paying for like the book,
Okay, so first you submit the poem,
and then it was accepted. But I
If
think
they're all
everything
accepted.
was accepted.
and then they say, "Congratulations, you won the poetry contest. You're going to
Yes.
be in the anthology
Yes,
of
and you
poetry."
have to the world's poets anthology, and it said like you would be like published with like thousands of other poets.
For
It was
$29.95
probably more than that. It was
plus
probably,
shipping and
yeah.
handling,
And then you got the book.
you get the book.
Yes,
And I feel like the book delivery was not a timely.
it was years. It was like years in between, like to the point where I had forgotten all about it.
But it finally came. This
arrived.
really thick book because they conned a lot of people.
Yes, it was thousands of pages
And like
you're
tiny writing where
I'm on
like there's
page
like
546 in paragraph like 3 was my poem.
The Carpenter by
Yeah, by
Froggy.
Doug Brennan.
I know a carpenter. His name is Mike. He couldn't even fix a bike. Every time a nail went in, Mike would start to sing.
Do you have this in front of you? Or how-
No, I just
you
remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
That's about as far as I remember.
There
it,
was
too.
more. Wow. That was and then like I feel like you ended up doing like a school presentation about it. Remember?
I don't remember
Okay.
that part, but that was good. I don't know where that book is though. Edie Lou Cole. Was
I've looked it up. I've been trying to track it down.
Yeah,
and
it
would be like the 1992 Edie Lou Cole book of poetry.
yeah.
Like
And if you Google it, you could definitely find stuff on her. Like
A little- yeah.
She
not a
scams
lot
many
though.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What like that is such a great story.
Yeah.
And the funny part is like you kind of knew it was a scam even as it
Yeah,
was
but
going.
at the same time, we had always been wanting to be published. So
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna be the first one that's gonna be published. Have to do it.
In
know?
4th grade, we were writing novels
Yeah.
and sending them out to
Harper and
publishing.
Row.
Harper, we got a rejection letter from one of them, Avon Books, I think.
I
Remember?
thought we got a rejection from a couple, but
We got a lot, but I
but-
remember one that someone actually wrote a personal
yes,
letter.
it was like, wow, you guys are really. But why didn't they just publish it then? You know, like they took
They
the
just
time.
wanted to encourage some young kids.
I know, but it wasn't. I mean, I wouldn't say it was bad. So why couldn't they have? Yeah, there's worse things out there.
Remember, we used to talk about being on the like front cover of Newsweek.
Yeah,
you
our
know?
TV guide. Remember when Trash Can Nell? Like, why did we make him live in a trash can?
Hey, why not? You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, he was cool. One of
Yeah,
our
Nelson-
classmates. We had a lot of characters based on people we knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't we have a robot that was like Christian Ruel?
one of the characters died,
Oh, that's right.
and then it was
Ted.
Dan. Oh, remember Dan Peculian didn't want his name in
Dan
it, so we
Peculian.
changed it to Ted,
Yes.
and then we had him die.
Remember when Dan Peculian got mad that we did the international festival. We did the United States. That was our group, our thing. We were
Okay.
partners.
You and Dan?
Yes. And you could play like music from the United States, and I played the Beatles, and he was so mad.
Beatles
and like,
are from the UK.
well, yes,
yeah.
that was what his point was. But
Yeah.
like Miss Ward and all the teachers was like, oh no, like the Beatles like huge
Popular in
influence in
America.
America.
Yeah.
Like he's like they basically just told him, Dan, like stop, like
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
So he insisted we play the Beach Boys,
Uh,
and and then remember he also liked
Breathe.
well, yes, but it was another band too, who actually is a pretty good band, but now I forget it. It wasn't Breathe. It was another band.
It's like some hard stuff.
Faith No More.
Oh yeah.
He loved Faith No More, and Faith No More is pretty good.
Yeah.
But he would argue that they were better than the Beatles, and I think he loses that one every time. But what are you gonna do?
Okay. Well, I'm glad we're settling these grudges, these 30-year-old grudges. Dan Peculian, if you're watching right now, hey, how are you?
There's no chance.
Remember all the math bees he would win?
He won a lot of math.
Oh,
bees.
he dominated.
And top banana in
Oh,
third grade.
I know.
I was always jealous. I won a few in my day,
Yeah.
but I was never. Although I think I was a retired champion, but it took me a lot longer.
To get to that.
Yeah,
level.
Dan was like the first one.
There you
Like
go.
I think he was like teaching the class by the time it was over, and I was beating Nick and David Paul.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is live. Hey Seth. How you doing? Seth, you're coming to the show, I believe, tomorrow, and we're very excited about that. And just in case, Seth, you're not aware, we've placed a bet, okay?
Wait a minute, this is someone that's coming to the show tomorrow?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's coming from New York.
All right.
So, Seth, listen to this. Not only is the show free, but if the Padres
And your Mets.
hang on, we'll hold off.
Sorry.
If the Padres beat the Dodgers and the Dodgers score at least 5 runs in that game, I'm going to pay you money. That's right. Okay, we'll be doing scoreboard updates throughout the show, Seth. And if that happens, I'm going to win big on this bet, and I will share up to $5 with you. In addition to that, if Froggy's parlay works today, then he's going to put all that money into the same bet, and we'll give you 10 times up to $50 if that
Well,
wins.
it depends on the crowd. Don't forget. I mean, if there's a big crowd there, it's gonna.
Well, I mean, if you win $1,500, that means up to 30 people could get $50.
Yeah, but what happens if there's 300 people there?
Well, let's
I
say
mean, we know there probably won't be, but
Right,
just in
yeah.
case, they got to have a disclaimer.
we need 300 people to not only be there, but to be there at the end. You have to
Yes.
stay for the end.
You have to stay for the whole
All right.
thing.
Let's finish this off with the AGT minute. All right, Froggy.
What's the AGT minute?
First off, Seth says, I'm not sure I could take money from the Frogman, but it is an exciting prospect. Seth, you're taking that money from
Well,
us.
you know what? If you don't want to take it,
Yeah.
then you don't have to take it. Maybe what I could do is just buy lobster rolls for everybody.
I don't know
Yeah,
if Sophia's still serving them at that time.
Well, we probably would know prior to, or have a good inkling.
If we win it at 9:45, show's over.
Show's over.
Show's over.
Yeah, we're going.
Let's go to Sophia.
No, let's not even do that. Wouldn't we go to we have to go to the casino to collect the prize before minute? We just take the show there.
Take the show to the Brook.
Yes.
The Brook Casino in
Oh, this is
Seabrook,
gonna
New
be
Hampshire.
This would be interesting. You know what? If I win that parlay, not only will I let it ride, I'll put 200 more of my own
Okay,
to even
easy,
sweeten the pot.
Easy. Froggy, I feel responsible for
My first,
Froggy's
my first
newfound
bet.
gambling addiction. And now it's time for the AGT Minute.
What's that? Oh,
As the listeners may know, Matt Farley was flown out to sunny Pasadena, California, a few months ago, where he sang a song for AGT. Now, I'm contractually bound to keep the details of this performance private until it airs. But one thing I could say for sure is
this rehearsed? Are you reading off a script?
no, I'm just
It
making
sounds
this
like
up.
you are. All
Well,
right, go ahead.
I'm a professional
that's pretty good.
entertainer.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um,
Didn't mean to interrupt.
no, please. That's what makes it good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I threw you off. You don't know what the hell to say.
What we do know is if Farley's performance is going to air, it's going to air this Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen.
It would be guaranteed because it's the last time that
Yeah.
they're going to air it.
This is the last episode of auditions.
Okay.
And that's the segment of the show that I performed in. And so yeah, tune in Tuesday night if you want. It's a 2-hour show
8 to 10.
8 to 10.
And we had a little bit of hope last week when we saw Robbie
Roadsteamer, a Boston legend,
yep.
was also happened to be there. He actually grew up in Danvers.
Right. So,
and I wrote a song about him 10 years ago, Frog. Okay. Wow. And so I'm sitting there with the guy and we're talking back and forth. And it comes up that he's from the Boston area. And then I was like, it just dawned. I looked at him. I was like, Robbie Roadsteamer? And he's like, yeah. And I didn't even remember at that point that I'd written a song about the man.
Did you write a song about him because he was on like Nesson at one point in time?
I don't know. I had just seen clips of him. I don't know. Just I had seen clips of him. He does like funny Boston area.
Well, you were
videos.
Rosie used to be in a band with.
I
Rosie.
didn't even know that.
Sweatpant Boners.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like our connection.
Lou too from like Circus Azul,
yeah,
like original.
I mean, we had all these amazing connections.
Yeah.
Like my dad was, taught at the high school he attended.
Yep.
And we just happened to both be performing on AGT on the same night.
Yeah.
So then a little while later, while I'm talking, no joke, I sang something to him, and then he was like, "Did you write a song about me?" And I was like, "Probably. Let me check." And I looked it up, and lo and behold, I had. And so he had heard the song.
Cool.
What are the odds?
Roadsteamer.
Robbie Roadsteamer.
But anyways, he was on, so
he was
good
on.
Chance. You can't rule out that you won't be.
So Robbie Roadsteamer was the guy in the cow costume who performed on last week's show.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, but anyways, we're all
hoping that my performance
crossed for Tuesday.
For Tuesday, will Farley's performance make?
Even if we don't see it, what did Simon's? What was his reaction? Was he just like, "Why?"
Yeah.
He did. Okay.
Yeah, he said why.
Yeah. That's all. That in itself should get aired. Like that would be funny enough. Just why?
Yeah. So, and then there's at least 2 other people who performed the same day as me who haven't been on yet.
That were really good.
Better than me.
Okay. Well, and that got through.
I don't even know. Yeah.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Like I was saying earlier, it seems like everybody on the show gets through. So I really don't understand what's so great about getting through.
Well, and let's find out if Farley gets through. Yeah. Maybe Farley will be the $1 million winner this year. I think our odds of winning this parlay though slightly higher.
Oh yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, don't we know the outcome, don't we?
Well, the public doesn't.
Oh, did I just give it away though?
No, I mean, there's you could be messing with people with the tone of your voice.
That's right.
But it would be nice. It'd be nice. A little network television appearance would be good.
Would have been better if it was last week, because
I know I wanted it to happen.
We could have been on
show.
We could have informed the press.
Yes. Yeah.
As seen on AGT. We'll be performing at the Peabody Marriott.
So someone asked, do I know about Phil Eleverum of the Microphones in Mount Erie? I feel like I've explored that guy's music a little bit, but I definitely don't know it off the top of my head. And I feel like other people have pointed out some similarities between me and him. But and I recall liking the music, but I don't remember it specifically. So that's what you get there. So anyway, I mean, what we're doing is pretty cool. It's amazing that you're able to fly up for this. Spirit Airlines, huh?
Whew. Yeah, you gotta love it. And I even sit in the big seat today.
He took the upgrade.
I went for the upgrade.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say it.
603-644-0048 is the number. Send me a text or something if you're coming to the show, because we like
knowing in advance.
we like knowing there's gonna be some bodies in there. We get a little antsy after we've set up. And
the
then we're
hours
just
between 3:30 and like 5:30 are gonna be very stressful.
we're just gonna be like, man.
I mean, I'll be eating the lobster. I probably won't be. Actually, I won't be stressed at all. But
well, the thing is, if no one shows up, it reflects more on me than on you. You know
True.
what I mean? So
I really don't care. I came to do one thing.
You came to bang on some drums.
Yeah, and I don't really. I prefer, sometimes if there's not a lot of people. So
why?
I don't know. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I guess I don't prefer it, but well, that way,
like a full house of excited listeners versus a smattering of
a full house
half
of
asleep
the
people.
Tough Show was awesome. So we'll just.
The Tough Show was great. Yeah.
That was the highlight of my life.
How many times does Froggy fly up every year? So this year,
fifth time this year.
Fifth time this year, is that right?
Yeah.
The tour.
Yeah. Well, you know
Filming?
what? You know what? It's the fourth time. I'm sorry.
Fourth time.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be a fifth.
Well, yeah. I think we kind of already plan on a fifth, right?
Yeah. Well, I want to do a residency show in the fall.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to come, but
yeah.
it'll be
shorter.
as
long as it's the right price.
Yeah. Yeah. And all right. Well, this has been fun. How do you like doing it live, Frog?
Much better live.
Yeah, it's exciting, and we always had more than 5 people listening.
Yeah.
Currently, we have 10.
That's awesome.
Final comments, send them in. Froggy on guitar tomorrow, a secret talent that most people don't realize. I know. Froggy's amazing. Gustavo says, I saw Local Legends the other day and was amazed by your creative drive. I wish everyone could explore their creativity the way you do, seemingly free of concern. Yeah. And I really think that's the trick, because if you the minute that like self-consciousness starts to kick in, it's stifling, Frog. Yeah. And you got to be brave enough to write a song like Kitty Cookie, you know what I mean, Frog?
I know.
Oh, Kitty Cookie,
been looking all around to find you.
It's a good song. Froggy always kind of teases me about Kitty Cookie.
I secretly I love it.
It's a good song.
Yeah. No, it's
the phrase
called
Kitty Cookie. Yeah,
it's called Kitty Cookie.
But Gustavo, you got to just go with it. Like, you came up with a clunky phrase like Kitty Cookie. Just got to do it. And once you've gotten through Kitty Cookie, you're freed up to write a song like Natural Wizard,
Yep.
Which Pete wrote most of, but still. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. And we'll see you at the Ganza. There's still time to get there. 8A Centennial Drive, Peabody, Massachusetts.
Spirit Airlines is a cheap airline, too.
Spirit is very cheap, even if you upgrade to the big seat. All right. Go Padres. Yes. But also go, what's it called? Dodgers. Dodgers got to score at least 5 in the meantime. Yeah, thanks for joining us for this, folks. This was fun. I stopped recording.
Oh, okay. 3-3 Red Sox.
3-3 Red Sox.
It all basically hangs there.
Yeah, because if Frog doesn't win his thing, then the max that we're gonna give Seth is $5. Seth is not gonna want to accept $5, by the way, from us.
No.
Seth is like, guys, you just performed 70 songs for free. Please don't give me $5. Thanks, Mitch. Yeah, thanks for hopping on. And like I said, promote it. Anyone who knows anyone near here, promote it to them. Let them know. Free show Sunday night.
Go Twins.
Good. Have the Twins started?
No, it's the Diamondbacks. We want the Diamondbacks to win.
Over who?
The Twins.
Wait, you picked against the Twins?
I'm pretty sure I did because the odds were better.
You should check your.
I'll have to check my
It's
ticket
in the car. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.